Playing right field, number 1, John Weatherby. Batting second, number 1. Playing second base, Blake Ramos. Batting third, first baseman, number 23, Logan Musey. Batting fourth is pitcher number 8, Nick Bonadonna. Batting fifth, center fielder, number 21, Wayne Hill. Batting sixth, catcher, number 5, Gavin Shapiro. Batting seventh, left fielder, number 2, Nate Robbins. Batting eighth is the shortstop, number 11, Kalen Bowles. And batting ninth is the designated hitter, number 12, Matt Meiswinkle. The third baseman for the Thunderbolts of Millville is Sergio Diaz. And as stated, we have 2 really good quality baseball teams here today on the diamond at Mainland Regional. Millville comes in with a record of 4-0. And the number 13 team in the state of New Jersey, the Mustangs of Mainland, are also 4-0. We're going to have our national anthem. Come right back after. Okay, once again, welcome back, everyone. And as stated, we have a heck of a baseball game here for you today under beautiful weather here in Linwood, New Jersey. We already went over the starting batting order for the Thunderbolts of Millville. At this point, let's go over your defensive alignment for the Mustangs of Mainland. In center field is Mark Elliott. At second base is Brody Levin. Catching is Cole Campbell. Right fielder is Clayton Sands. The third baseman is Sam Wood. The shortstop is Luke Sharp. The first baseman is Alex Adjijian. And the left fielder is Joe Sheeran. The pitcher on the mound, none other than Chase Petty. Chase Petty, highly touted. There's about 40 to 50 scouts behind home plate between colleges and MLB scouts back there watching Chase Petty. He comes in being as good of a high school pitcher as one could be, throwing the ball over 100 miles an hour. Last outing, he had, I believe, 9 pitches of over 100, some recorded at 102, and I think one even at 103. And he is definitely the real deal, and he's definitely tough to hit. Thus the reason why, or part of the reason why, the Mustangs are 4-0 and ranked 13th in the state of New Jersey. Millville comes in rich with baseball tradition. Look no further than recently in the last 10 or so years where they've had really good teams under Roy Hollenbach, and they've won a lot of baseball games. And year in and year out, Millville, the Thunderbolts of Millville, put a really good baseball team on the field, and already 4-0 this year under new head coach Dan Fimiani and assistant Harry Rodriguez. So as stated, we're looking forward to a good one here today. Mainland has taken the field. Petty is warming up, and we're going to have some fun here this afternoon. Mainland does come in with a 21-6 win just yesterday, where they put up, as I just stated, 21 runs on Atlantic Tech. The Bats came out, and they scored a lot of runs in that game. The top 4 hitters for them carried them a long way, but they also had production from the bottom of the lineup. But first, Brody Levin was 3 for 4 with a home run and 4 RBIs and 3 runs scored. But that's not where it stopped. Elliott had a double and 2 RBIs and 5 runs scored. Sam Wood added 3 hits, and Sam Wood That's what I said from, just past the meat of that order, in the bottom part of the meat of that order. And we're underway. Petty's first pitch is ball 1, low and outside to right fielder for the Thunderbolts, number 7, John Weatherby. Petty from the windup comes home. And don't mind us today. We're doing the best we can under a sun glare from center field where we can't see the scoreboard, and I believe we have a 2-1 count right now. First pitch was a ball, second pitch a strike to Weatherby, that last pitch a ball low, and the count to Weatherby right now I believe is 2-1. Millville looking to have good at-bats, making Petty work for what he needs to work for in order to get outs, trying to put the ball in play, seeing if they can find grass and produce runs. Weatherby again staring down Petty. And I believe we right now have a full count, a 3-2 count to Weatherby. Petty comes home. And strike 3 to Weatherby for the first out for Millville. Inside part of the plate, fastball to Weatherby is strike 3. Now batting for Millville with 1 down, number 1, second baseman Blake Ramos. Ramos attacking Petty's fastball right there, fouling it straight back, however, for strike 1. Petty looks like he's just throwing the fastball right here so far. Takes the mound and works quick. Little off-speed pitch outside right there, making the count 1-1 to Ramos. And again, when you throw in a 98, 99, 100, 100 plus, you don't have to be too cute on the mound. I believe that was a called strike for a 1-2 count to Ramos. Curveball for strike 3, good off-speed pitch right there. Again, you're looking fastball, you're looking for the heat, and you get that off-speed pitch that breaks, let's say, like 12-6. And you can't help but just let it pass. Coming to the plate now, batting third for the Millville Thunderbirds is number 23, first baseman Logan Musey. And this will be a good matchup right here. Logan Musey can hit. Older brother William Musey now playing at Goldie Beacon, big-time power hitter for the Thunderbolts, and this young man Logan making a name for himself as well. Grew up at the game, father on down, and good family, good player is Logan Musey. Ball 1 to him, 1-0 count. He hits a ground ball right to the shortstop. Throw the first is in time, and we're through the top of the first. Millville unable to get a run there in the top of the first off of Petty, and Mainland will now come to bat. Leading off will be Elliott, Petty, and Levitt. Be right back after this. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, BFA Sports is coming to you live from Mainland Regional High School. I am Steve Westcott, glad to be broadcasting this game for you today from Linwood, New Jersey. Between the 13th ranked team in the state of New Jersey, the Mainland Mustangs, and the rich in tradition baseball Millville Thunderbolts. Let's go over Millville's defensive line. Alignment: Robbins is in right field, Hill in center, Weatherby in right, Diaz is at third, Bowles is at short, Ramos is at second, Musey at first, Shapiro is catching, and to the hill is Nick Bonadonna, and he's no slouch on that hill either. I know the hype here today is, a lot about Chase Petty, as it should be, and well-deserved. What a good young man all the reports are about him, and he's certainly a great, great player, possibly projected to be a first-round pick in the MLB upcoming draft. But Nick Bonadonna also taking the hill from Millville is a really good pitcher. He also had an older brother that went to Millville, but he, again, just like Musey, is making a name of his own, and he's no slouch on that hill. He can throw, and he'll do a really good job today for the Millville Thunderbolts and trying, to keep them in this game, facing, a really good pitcher like Petty. But Bonadonna will certainly meet the match. He's a good young man and a tough pitcher on the hill. Leading off for Mainland is center fielder number 23, Mark Elliott. Elliott takes a ball outside. Count 1-0. Bonadonna's second pitch is up high, making the count now to Elliott 2-0. Mainland off to a 4-0 start under head coach Bill Kern, assistant coach Mike Edwards. Bonadonna to the plate, high and in, 3-0 to Elliott. And that's ball 4. Elliott walks on 4 pitches. And that will bring to the plate number 4, pitcher Chase Petty. When you're on a number 13 team in the state of New Jersey and you're second in the lineup, you do more than just throw, and he's doing a nice job at the plate this year for the Mustangs as well. See what he can do here with a runner on first. And Elliott, Bonadonna to the stretch, comes home, pitches high, ball 1. Bonadonna will try to just settle in here right now. Take a deep breath, see if he can find the strike zone, find the plate, and start filling the zone with strikes. Takes a second to throw over to first just to check on Elliott. Bonadonna comes home, and Petty crushes one. And ladies and gentlemen, that ball is crushed into the JV field backstop. Chase Petty goes long on a 1-0 count and hits a 2-run bomb, giving the Mainland the lead at 2-0. We just got done talking about how he's doing a nice job, not just on the hill, but at the plate as well. And right on cue, Chase Petty hits a bomb to left field. 2-0 Mainland. The only question in that one, folks, was it fair or was it foul? And it was fair and hit the backstop approximately 50 to 60 feet behind the left field foul pole. That was crushed, and that was gone from the word go. Bonadonna now tries to settle in. He's facing second baseman Brody Levin. Pitch might have been a little bit inside, so I think it's a 1-0 count to Levin. 2-0 count. Fastball from Bonadonna a little bit low. Levin steps back in. Pitch called strike. Count now stands at 2-1. Pitch a little bit low to Levin from Bonadonna. Count now 3-1. Bonadonna comes home. Hard ground ball down the line. That's fair. Levin rounds first. Makes a big turn, but good play by the left fielder, Robbins. holding Levin to a single. Well done tracking that ball down the line, getting it back in. Levin can't go to – he turned like he wanted to go for two, but could not. That brings to the plate with Levin on first. Catcher, number 1, Cole Campbell. Bonadonna from the stretch, comes set, comes home, throw strike 1. 0-1 count to Campbell. Still nobody out here in the first. 2-0 Mainland on a 2-run home run by Chase Petty. Everybody expected him to do it on the hill. He did it there in the top of the first. He did it with the bat in the bottom of the first. Levin follows up with a single, and he's on first. Here is another shot, line drive to left field by Cole Campbell. Another single, making it first and second for the Mustangs. Now coming to the plate for Mainland will be right fielder Clayton Sands. Bonadonna comes set. The pitch to Sands. Low and outside, ball 1. High and in, test 1-2. Welcome back. We had a little power issue over by the scoreboard in left field. Clayton Sands just drew a walk. You didn't miss much except a strike and 2 balls to Sands. Those 2 balls forced the walk. He's now at first. Campbell at second. Brody Levin at third. Still no one out here in the bottom of the first. Again, it's a 2-0 lead for Mainland on a 2-run home run by Chase Petty. The bases are now loaded with nobody out. Millville's pitching coach comes to the mound to try to settle down Bonadonna. And as stated, the bases are now loaded, bringing to the plate for Mainland the third baseman, number 8, Sam Wood. And we just got done talking about in our pregame about how Sam Wood, on the bottom half of what is the meat of that lineup in that 6-hole, had a really good day yesterday in contributing to the top of this Mainland lineup, which is a really good top of the lineup from 1 through 5. Wood had a couple hits and 4 or 5 runs scored, I believe, yesterday against ACIT. And he's at the plate now with the bases loaded and nobody out. And he takes ball 1 on the outside part of the plate. 1-0 count to Wood. And I believe the count is now 2-0. Strike 1. 2-1 count now to Sam Wood. Again, we're coming to you from center field due to the number of scouts that are behind home plate, both collegiate and MLB, forcing our broadcast from center field. So there are a couple little technical issues out here, and we're working through them. We hope you're enjoying this game. That's strike 2. The count is now 2-2 to Sam Wood. Again, Mainland with the bases loaded. Millville just called timeout, went out, talked to Bonadonna, tried to settle him down. Looks like this is a much better at bat for him. And that's strike 3. Well done by Nick Bonadonna, answering the timeout with a strikeout of Wood for the first out of the inning for the Mustangs. Bases are still loaded, bringing to the plate number 5, shortstop Luke Sharp. Ball 1 to Sharp, making the count 1-0. Bonadonna now working from the windup with the bases loaded. Comes home. Ball 2, down and low. 2-0 count to Sharp. Again, Levin's on third, Campbell's on second, Sands is on first. 1 out here in the bottom of the first for the Mustangs. Bonadonna comes home for strike 1. 2-1 count now to Sharp. Down low, ball bounces away from the catcher. Shapiro. No runners can advance, so now it's a 3-1 count to Luke Sharp. Still with the bases loaded for Mainland. That's ball 4 to Sharp. He walks, bringing in a run. RBI for Sharp on the walk. Campbell goes to third, Sands to second. Sharp's on first with that walk, bringing to the plate number 24, first baseman Alex Agagian. Or Agigian. I apologize if I mispronounce it here today. One down here in the bottom of the first for Mainland, working against Bonadonna, bases loaded. Swing and a miss by Agigian, or Gigian. Bonadonna from the windup. Comes home. Ball in the dirt. I believe that's 2-2 count, or 1-2 count. I apologize. Foul ball from Agigian. The count's still 1-2 with the bases loaded. 1 down here in the bottom of first. No take on the curveball, making the count, I believe, 2-2 now. Called ball. Sharp ground ball to the shortstop, fielded 6-4 to 3, double play, and a really good job by Millville holding that Mainland score to just 3 on the board on a 6-4-3 double play. Mainland does post 3 in the top of the first. They take the lead after 1, 3-0. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, folks, to Mainland Regional High School for the top of the second inning. Leading off the top of the second for the Thunderbolts of Millville is pitcher number 8, Nick Bonadonna. And I'll tell you what, Mainland scored 3 in the bottom of the first, but Millville got out of serious trouble on a 6-4-3 double play from Bowles to Ramos to Musi, keeping that 3-run lead at just 3 for Mainland. And again, Nick Bonadonna at the plate facing Chase Petty. Fastball fouled straight back by Bonadonna for strike 1. Petty able to get the Thunderbolts 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first. Pitch outside, ball 1, making the count 2-1 now to Bonadonna. Everybody here to watch Chase Petty and this Mainland Mustang team. Sidelines are covered with people. Scouts covering home plate, at least 40 to 50 of them. I think they said they were expecting 60. The AD here at Mainland, Coach Gatley, said expecting approximately 60 scouts here today. 2-2 count to Bonadonna. Hits a ground ball right back to Petty. He fields, flips the first. 1 down here in the top of the second for Millville on a 1-3 put out by Petty. That brings to the plate center fielder number 21, Wayne Hill for the Thunderbolts. Hill steps in. Petty comes to the plate. Curveball, strike 1 as Hill swings through the off-speed pitch. Count 0-1 to Hill. I believe that call might have been either in or low. It was now a 1-1 count. Hill looking to be the first base runner here for the Thunderbolts. Check swing, ground ball. First base side foul, making the count now 1-2 to Hill. Petty, you can tell when he gets that groove, he works fast, he works hard, he's confident on that hill. Now a rally here. Not arguably the best pitcher, but the best pitcher in South Jersey and New Jersey, Chase Petty on the hill. Bunch of scouts back there behind home plate. Here to see him today. And we're ready to start the bottom of the second here with Bonadonna on the hill facing left fielder for Mainland, Joe Sheeran. Bonadonna comes home. Ball pitches a little bit low for ball 1. Sheeran steps back in, and Bonadonna's second pitch is low again for ball 2. 2-0 count to Sheeran. Third pitch, ground ball hit the third baseman, Diaz. He throws across the diamond to Musi in time for out number 1 on a 5-3 put out from Millville. And that'll bring to the plate the top. They'll go back to the top of the order, will Mainland, to center fielder Mark Elliott, who walked and scored a run on his first at-bat. Bonadonna comes home. Elliott aggressive at the plate, swinging at the first pitch and fouls it back. For strike 1, count is 0-1 to Elliott. Again, coming to you from Mainland Regional, all the way out in center field, but it's a good view. Curveball from Bonadonna is strike 2 to Elliott. And the Mustangs. The pitch was called a strike. Bonadonna working fast from the stretch, comes home, and that's strike 2. So 2 strikes now to Levin. I believe the count is 2-2 to Brody Levin, with Petty on second and 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Bonadonna comes home, the ball's high. That pitch is high for, I believe ball three. I believe the count's 3-2. And again, working from center field and unable to seeing the scoreboard. Top of the third for the Thunderbolts. I believe that was strike 2 to Robbins. Fastball for strike 3, right down the heart of the plate. And that is the 5th strikeout for Chase Petty. To you, Bonadonna comes home, and Elliott hits a fly ball to left field. Left fielder Robbins charges, sets under it, makes the play, and that's out number 2 for the Mainland Mustangs here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring to the plate pitcher Chase Petty, who on his first at-bat after Elliott's walk hit a long bomb to left field. The only question is, was it fair or foul? From our vantage point, it actually looked foul, but was not, and it was way out of here for a 2-run homer. He steps back in against Bonadonna and takes strike 1. So the count to Petty is 0-1. Curveball from Bonadonna crosses the plate and is a really good pitch for strike 2. Counts 0-2 to Petty. Bonadonna comes home, ground ball to third baseman. Again, Diaz, cross the diamond, throw is low. Petty will not go any further. Well backed up by Millville. Going to make that an E5 on the third baseman, Diaz. And Petty is now at first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second for Mainland, bringing to the plate second baseman number 3, Brody Levin. Petty takes his lead off first. Bonadonna from the stretch, he comes home. Strike 1 to Levin. Beautiful day here in Linwood, New Jersey. Great day for baseball and 2 high-quality teams going at it on a diamond right in front of us. You got to love it. We hope you're enjoying it out there, because we're certainly enjoying bringing it to you. Bonadonna throws over to first. Petty back safe. Bonadonna comes home, ball's in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher. Petty cannot advance. Making the count, I believe, 1-1 to Brody Levin. Petty goes. Ball dropped by the catcher on the transformation from glove to hand. Petty takes second base, and there's 2 outs, and he's now in scoring position for Brody Levin and the Mustangs. The pitch was called a strike. Bonadonna working fast from the stretch, comes home, and that's strike 2. So 2 strikes now to Levin. I believe the count is 2-2 to Brody Levin, with Petty on second and 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Bonadonna comes home, the ball's high. That pitch is high for, I believe ball 3. I believe the count's 3-2. And again, working from center field and unable to seeing the scoreboard here. You know, a little bit tough from out here, and we're going to do the best we can to get it to you. Brody Levin hits a fly ball to the infield. First baseman calls it off, and Musi comes in and makes the play. And that's 3 outs for Mainland here in the bottom of the second. They score no runs there, but still have a 3-0 lead. And we're going to go to the top of 3, and we'll be right back here at Mainland Regional High School. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome back to Mainland Regional High School. We're going to the top of the third inning. Millville will bring to the plate Nate Robbins, Kalen Bowles, and Matt Meiswinkle here. Hitters 7, 8, and 9 in the top of the third, and they're facing the highly touted Chase Petty. The foul lines are mobbed with people on both sides. All around the outfield fences, there's people everywhere here to see this young man throw. There was a guy that pulled up on the street as I was walking in, and he says, "Sir, could you tell me if Chase Petty's throwing today?" And I said, "Yes, he is." And he says, "All right, I'm going to drop off what I have at my house, and you better believe it, I'm coming right back." And that's the kind of, that's how highly touted Chase Petty is. He brings people in that might not even have affiliations to the team at this point or at this time, but people just want to come out and see him because he is everybody's saying, a projected first-round pick in the upcoming MLB draft. And he's taking the hill right now from the windup against left fielder Nate Robbins. Robbins fouls the ball straight back for a count of 0-1. Petty working fast. Again, hitters 7, 8, and 9 here for the top of the third for the Thunderbolts. I believe that was strike 2 to Robbins. Fastball for strike 3, right down the heart of the plate. And that is the 5th strikeout for Chase Petty. Now stepping into the plate facing Petty will be shortstop Kalen Bowles, number 11, Kalen Bowles for the Thunderbolts. Petty comes home. Ball low and outside. Ball 1 to Bowles. Again, part of a 6-4-3 double play that kept this Mainland lead at 3-0. Bases were loaded at that time. It was a huge play initiated and started by Bowles on that double play, minimizing and keeping the damage of Mainland to just 3-0. Here he is with strike 1 at the plate. I believe the count is 1-1 to Bowles. Ball's outside, pitch outside, 2-1 count now to Bowles. One down here in the top of the third from Millville. Swing and a miss for Bowles. Count now stands at 2-2. Petty comes home, ground ball hit foul down the right field line, or actually into the Mainland dugout. Count stays at 2-2. Following Bowles will be Matt Meiswinkle, who is the DH, DHing for third baseman for Millville, Sergio Diaz. Petty comes home, and that's strike 3. Another strikeout for Petty. Make that 6. 6 of the 8 outs right now for the Thunderbolts are strikeouts by Petty. And again, Meiswinkle coming to the plate, number 12, the DH for Millville. Petty again getting the ball and working quick. Ground ball hit again down the right side to the first base coach. Strike 1 here to Meiswinkle. Petty from the windup comes home. Another foul ball. Count now stands at 0-2. Petty comes home with a curveball for strike 3, and he strikes out the side here in the third. Ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing a wonderful performance here as Chase Petty is taking over the lineup right now for after the first 3 innings, getting them striking out the side in the third. We're going to come back with Mainland to bat in the bottom of the third right after this. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to the bottom of the third inning here between the Mainland Mustangs and the Millville Thunderbolts. Leading off the bottom of the third from Mainland, who has a 3-0 lead, is catcher number 1, Cole Campbell. On the hill for the Millville Thunderbolts is Nick Bonadonna. Bonadonna's first pitch to Campbell's a called strike for strike 1. One count. Second pitch to Campbell is a ball, making that a 1-1 count. Mainland looking to try to stretch here in the bottom of the third. What is a 3-0 lead, scoring all 3 of their runs in the top of the first. Bonadonna comes home, and that ball is pulled long and foul, ending up in the street here at Mainland Regional High School, and the count to Campbell is now 1-2. Millville defense and Nick Bonadonna having a quick second inning, getting out of it without any trouble, looking to try to do the same here in the third. Count, I believe, is now 2-2 to Campbell. Curveball for strike 3, held on to by Millville catcher Shapiro. 1 down here in the bottom of the third for Mainland. And again, it proves to see what timeouts and settling pitchers down can do. Millville was in major trouble in the first inning. Bases loaded, 3 runs already in. Millville coach called a timeout, came out, talked to Bonadonna, regrouped the infield to catcher and him, and able to get out of that with no further damage in the first, keeping that lead at 3-0. Bonadonna and the defense settled down in the second, so far doing so with 1 out here in the third. Clayton Sands, the right fielder for Mainland, is now up at the plate, and he has an 0-1 count after fouling a ball straight back to the fence. Bonadonna working from the windup here in the third, comes home. Another foul ball by Sands, making the count 0-2 to him. No balls, 2 strikes here to Clayton Sands. Both of these teams, really good baseball teams. Both come in at 4-0. Bonadonna comes home to Sands. Pitch was low and outside for ball 1. Count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Clayton Sands here in the bottom of the third. Shapiro comes out and has a quick word with Bonadonna. Pitches up from Bonadonna, making the count now 2-2 to Sands. Pitch to Sands is a fly ball down the right field line. First baseman goes over, runs out of the room. That ball's out of play, keeping the count at 1-2. Sands steps back in. Pitches up and in. Bases empty, 1 out here in the bottom of the third from Mainland. Curveball's in the dirt. Sands draws a walk, putting him on first base for the Mustangs. Bringing to the plate for the Mainland Mustangs, third baseman, number 8, Sam Wood. Wood did strike out in his first at-bat in the first inning. Pitches up and in to Wood for ball 1. Sands takes his lead at first. Not going. Pitch comes home, and it's strike 1 to Sam Wood, making the count 1-1. Bonadonna throws over to first. Sands back in plenty of time. Wood steps back in. Pitch comes from Bonadonna. Is strike one. 1-1 count right now to Wood. Sands is still at first. Bonadonna comes set. He now comes home. Pitches a little bit outside. I believe the count is 2-1 to Sam Wood. Pitch comes home. Wood fouls the ball. It's in play. Play to first by Bonadonna. Bonadonna to Musi for out number 2. And Sam Wood is put out on a 1-3 ground ball. 2 outs here for Mainland in the bottom of the third. Sands does reach second base on the play. So Sands is at second with 2 outs, bringing to the plate for Mainland shortstop number 5, Luke Sharp. Bonadonna comes home. Takes ball 1. Sharp takes ball 1 for a 1-0 count. Bonadonna comes set, and I believe that was a ball, so I believe the count is now 2-0. Again, coming to you from center field. Here at Mainland Regional High School, 2 4-0 teams in the Thunderbolts of Millville and the Mustangs of Mainland. Bonadonna comes home. Shot to right field is a foul ball. Making the count, I believe, to Luke Sharp, 2-1. Mainland has Clayton Sands, the right fielder, at second base. Ground ball to second base. Fielded cleanly by Ramos. Throw to Musi, and the Thunderbolts are out of the bottom of the third. We're done here in the bottom of the third. We have a score of the Mainland Mustangs 3. The Millville Thunderbolts nothing. The Thunderbolts will come to bat in the top of the fourth right after this. Okay, we're going to the top of the fourth inning here. Millville Thunderbolts go back to the top of the order with the right fielder, John Weatherby. Chase Petty takes the hill. He has 7 strikeouts through 9 hitters at this point. Certainly proving everything that as highly touted as he is here today. That pitch is low, and I believe the count is 1-1 to Weatherby. Petty steps back on the hill. Comes home. Weatherby hits a ground ball down the third base side. Fielded by the third baseman. Throw over is in time. That put out goes Wood to Ajijian. And there's one out here in the fourth. One down here in the fourth for the Thunderbolts. Now batting for them. Bringing to the plate will be second baseman number 1, Blake Ramos. Petty starts Ramos with an off-speed pitch, which he swings through for strike 1. 0-1 count to Ramos. Second pitch to Ramos from Petty is low, making the count 1-1. The count to Ramos is now 1-2 after Petty gets the off-speed pitch over for a called strike. 1-2 count to Ramos. Fastball for strike 3, right down the heart. Ramos is caught looking. 8th strikeout now for Petty. 2 down for the Thunderbolts here in the fourth, bringing to the plate first baseman number 23, Logan Musey. Musey steps in. Petty from the windup in the pitch. Fastball low and outside, ball 1 to Musey. 1-0 count. Petty ready, winds and comes home. For strike 1. Count to Musey is now 1-1. One count to Musey, the pitch. High and in for ball 2. Count to Musey now is 2-1. Two-one pitch is low and outside. Now count now 3-1 to the 3-hitter, first baseman for the Thunderbolts, Logan Musey. Strike 2 to Musey. Count is now full after Petty throws a fastball right down the heart of the plate. Full count. Petty for Mainland on the hill facing Musey, the 3-hitter for the Thunderbolts of Millville. Pitch is low and outside. Musey draws a walk. First base runner of the game for the Thunderbolts, and that happens here in the top of the fourth on a walk by Musey, and that will bring to the plate the pitcher number 8, Nick Bonadonna. Thunderbolt fans out there seeing if the Thunderbolts can mount some kind of a rally, even if it's a 2-out rally here against Petty. Petty comes home. I believe the pitch was low for ball 1 to Bonadonna. Again, Musey on first with a walk. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth for the Thunderbolts. Petty comes home. Pitch is low and outside, making the count now 2-0. Musi on first. Takes his lead. Petty from the stretch. Comes home for strike one. I'm sorry, strike three. I apologize. Again, it's tough to see out here from center field, and we can't see the scoreboard, so I apologize. Petty strikes out Bonadonna for the third out here in the top of the fourth. Our score after 3.5 is Mainland 3, Millville nothing. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. This is Steve Westcott here with BFA Sports. We're coming to you live today from Mainland Regional High School. We're going to the bottom of the fourth inning. And coming to the Mainland's coming to bat. Coming up for Mainland will be Luke Sharp, Alex Ajigian, and Joe Sheeran. Bonadonna on the mound for Nick Bonadonna on the mound for the Millville Thunderbolts. Sharp swings through strike and has strike one. 3-0 Mainland. All three of their runs in the first. A two-run homer by Petty and a walk RBI by Sharp. That's ball one, making the count from Bonadonna, now making the count 1-1 to Luke Sharp. Beautiful day here in Linwood, New Jersey. Two really good baseball teams. Both teams 4-0. Mainland ranked 13th in the state with their highly touted dominant pitcher Chase Petty on the line, and he's living up to the billing today, that's for sure. Ground ball to the pitcher. Bonadonna fields it cleanly but throws it over first base and out of bounds. Luke Sharp will take second on the throwing error by Bonadonna. And Mainland now has a runner on second base with no one out for the first baseman, Alex Ajigian. I apologize. That was Joe Sheeran on a ground ball. Ajigian takes third. First out here in the inning for Mainland. Mainland goes back to the top of the order with Mark Elliott. Ajigian on third. Bonadonna comes home. Pitch called a ball. 1-0 count to Elliott. Elliott, part of a big performance by the Mainland Mustang bats yesterday against ACIT. Hitting a home run, 3 RBIs, couple runs scored. He had a really good day yesterday in the midst of those rallies, and Mainland put up 21 runs yesterday. Winning so far 3-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. Ajigian on third. Elliott at the plate. Ball inside. 2-0 count now to Elliott. Pitch by Bonadonna. Pop up to the infield. Shortstop bowls over, makes the play. Ajijian can't go anywhere. Stuck at third so far with 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 4th for Mainland. Bonadonna will now face the 2-hitter for this Mainland Mustang lineup, the pitcher Chase Petty. Chase Petty got on the 2nd inning on an error by the 3rd baseman and, of course, hit the big 2-run bomb in the 1st. Bonadonna comes home, ball a little bit outside, 1-0 count to Petty. Again, Ajijian on 3rd, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Strike 1 to Petty, making the count now 1-1. Two-one count now after the off-speed pitch is called low and outside. Bonadonna working from the windup, even with Ajijian on 3rd. Again, 2-1 count to Petty. Off-speed pitch. Petty hits a fly ball to straightaway center field. Hill's underneath it, and he puts away the 3rd out of the inning for the Thunderbolts. So, no runs for Mainland in the bottom of the 4th. The lead for Mainland still remains 3-0. Millville will come to bat in the top of the 5th, and we'll be right back. Once again, welcome back, everyone. We hope you're enjoying today's BFA Sports live production of high school baseball here from Mainland Regional High School, where today the Mainland Mustangs are hosting the Millville Thunderbolts. We're going to the top of the 5th. The Thunderbolts will be coming to bat with center fielder Wayne Hill, catcher Gavin Shapiro, and left fielder Nate Robbins. Mustangs hold a 3-0 lead here, going to the top of the 5th. 3-0 lead with their highly touted and dominant pitcher Chase Petty on the mound. He's certainly living to the billing today, and he starts Hill off with strike 1. Count to Hill is 0-1. Petty comes back for a strike down the heart of the plate for now making the count 0-2 to Millville center fielder Wayne Hill. Petty from the windup comes home. Hill fouls it straight down at his feet. The count remains 0-2. Millville with their first base runner on a walk by Musey in the 4th. Looking to see if they can try to mount something here in the 5th to chip away at Mainland's lead. Pitches outside, 1-2 now to Wayne Hill. Petty comes home, throws an off-speed pitch. Hill swings through it. Catcher throws down to first and in time. One down here and another K as they continue to mount for Chase Petty. One down here in the 5th. And that's the 10th strikeout here in the 5th inning for Chase Petty. One down in the 5th. Now coming to bat from Millville will be catcher Gavin Shapiro. Pitch to Shapiro is outside. Ball 1. 1-0 count to Shapiro. Again with one down here in the top of the 5th. Ball low and in the dirt. 2-0 count now to Shapiro. Shapiro's second plate appearance here today. He batted in the second. Petty was able to get him there. Petty comes home. Line drive. Foul down the right field line. 2-1 now is the count to Millville catcher Gavin Shapiro. Petty's set. He's ready. Works from the windup. The 2-1 pitch. Shapiro fouls it straight back. Ball comes all the way out past the first base bag. And the count still remains 2-1 to Shapiro. I'm sorry, the foul ball makes that 2-2 now to Shapiro. Petty comes right down the heart of the plate with a fastball, getting Shapiro looking for another K and the second out of the top of the 5th for the Thunderbolts. Coming to the plate for the Thunderbolts now will be left fielder number 2, Nate Robbins. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Off-speed pitch from Petty, low and outside, ball 1. Petty comes home again. Count now 2-0 with the fastball low and in the dirt to Robbins. Petty set. From the windup comes home. Strike 1 now as Nate Robbins swings through a fastball from Petty, making the count 2-1. Believe that was a called strike. The count to now to Nate Robbins is 2-2. Robbins steps back in and the pitch. Line drive, foul ball, right field. Out into the street. Count remains at 2-2. To Millville left fielder Nate Robbins. Great afternoon. We got the varsity game here in front of us, of course, which we're bringing to you, and we hope you're enjoying it. We're doing the best we can from out here in center field. The JV game's going on behind us. Everybody, announcements being made for everyone to mask up, and there's a lot of people here enjoying the game. Another strike out for Petty. He again strikes out the side. We're going to go to the bottom of the 5th with your score. The Mainland Mustangs 3, the Millville Thunderbolts nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at Mainland Regional. I'm Steve Westcott with BFA Sports, bringing you bonus coverage of the Mainland Mustangs versus the Millville Thunderbolts in Cape Atlantic League High School baseball. Coming to you from Mainland Regional High School with Chase Petty on the mound and doing everything that he is hyped up to do from the mound and even from the plate in this game, hitting a 2-run home run in the first inning. We're going to go to, we're now in the we're in the bottom of the 5th, and at the plate is second baseman Brody Levin. Strike one for an 0-1 count. Second pitch is up high to Levin. Count now stands at 1-1. Bonadonna doing a nice job since he got himself out of trouble in the first inning. And I say that, and as I say that, he hits Levin with a pitch. Levin's going to take first on an HBP, hit by pitch, and that'll bring to the plate the catcher Cole Campbell. But as I was saying, Bonadonna did a really nice job, was in major trouble in the first inning. He did give up the 3 runs, but after a timeout by the Millville Thunderbolt coach, Coach Fimiani coming out, talked to him, gathered the infield, gathered the catcher, settled everybody down, kept the bases loaded, nobody out, damage right there at 3-0, and has done a really nice job since, and the score remains 3-0, and he starts Campbell off with a strike. So Campbell now faces an 0-1 count versus Bonadonna with Brody Levin on first. Levin takes his lead, does not go, and Cole Campbell fouls one straight back into the backstop and now faces an 0-2 count. Again, 3-0 Mainland here in the bottom of the 5th. Bonadonna on the hill for Millville, and Campbell at the plate for Mainland. Levin goes, and Bonadonna throws the second, and he's out at second, picked off. Brody Levin attempted to steal second, left a little bit early. Bonadonna able to keep his footing right, fundamentally sound, throwing the second and getting Levin trying to steal. So that's one out here now with no one on for Mainland. And again, Campbell at the plate with an 0-2 count. He takes a ball, and I believe the count is now 1-2. Big out right there for the Millville Thunderbolts, trying to keep themselves in this baseball game, trying to keep it at a 3-0 lead for Mainland. Bonadonna able to get Levin leaving a little bit early from first. Curveball to Campbell, and he strikes him out. Really good off-speed 12-6 curveball by Nick Bonadonna, and Campbell goes down swinging for the second out of the Mustangs, bottom of the 5th. Coming to bat now for Mainland will be right fielder number 2, Clayton Sands. Pitch might have been a little bit high for ball 1 from Bonadonna to Sands. Again, the Mainland Mustangs up 3-0 and number 13 team in the state of New Jersey. Shot by Sands to right field, and the right fielder settles under it, and Weatherby makes the play for the third out of the inning. Mainland goes scoreless in the bottom of the 5th. Millville will be able to keep the Mainland lead at just 3-0, and they're going to come to bat in the top of the 6th, and we'll be with you shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mainland Regional High School. I'm Steve Westcott with BFA Sports. Two really good baseball teams on display here today from the Cape Atlantic League. Bringing you the Mainland Mustangs hosting the Millville Thunderbolts. We're going to the top of the sixth inning. Millville will bring to the plate shortstop Colin Bowles, designated hitter Matt Melswinkle, and back to the top of the order with John Weatherby. Chase Petty, the highly touted Chase Petty, is on the mound for Mainland and is certainly having another good day here as we speak. Again, having a 3-0 lead, and Colin Bowles now has strike one to him in an 0-1 count from Petty. The pitch. Bowles swings through an off-speed pitch for strike two. 0-2 count now to Bowles. Mainland scored all three of their runs in the first. Petty comes back with an off-speed pitch and gets Bowles looking for out number one here in the top of the sixth. And now coming to the plate will be designated hitter for the Thunderbolts, Matt Meiswinkle. One out here in the top of the sixth. The windup, the pitch from Petty is low and outside, ball one. Second pitch to Petty is also low and outside. 2-0 count now to Meiswinkle. One out here in the top of the sixth. Millville trying to do whatever they can do to get a rally going. Back to the top of the order for them after Meiswinkle. Pitch is in for a called strike. Fastball for strike one, and it's a 2-1 count now to the designated hitter from Millville. We talked about Chase Petty being on the mound with the number of people here today, including the scouts. Meiswinkle swings through an inside fastball for strike two. The count is now 2-2. With several, I know they were anticipating, I think they said over 60 scouts here today between the collegiate and major league levels. And Meiswinkle swings through an off-speed pitch for strike three. Another strikeout for Chase Petty, which is the second out here in the top of the sixth. Millville will go back to the top of the order with John Weatherby. strikeouts now. 14 strikeouts now for Chase Petty. So to say he lived up to the billing today so far would certainly be accurate. He starts Weatherby with a pitch that's outside for ball one, 1-0 count to John Weatherby. Fastball in on the hands. Weatherby can do nothing but foul it off down the right field side. Counts now 0-2. If you're watching out there, you get the feeling that Petty is just in a really good groove today. Such a good groove. He's working fast. He's getting the ball. There's nothing, no thought process involved in it. He sees the catcher's signal. He's throwing his pitch. Working really fast and really well here today on the mound. Petty comes home. Another ball into the dirt. Believe that count is now 2-2 to the leadoff hitter for Millville, right fielder John Weatherby. Two down here in the top of the sixth. Strike three to Weatherby. And again, Chase Petty strikes out the side for the third time out of 6 innings. The score after 5.5 is Mainland 3, Millville nothing. We're coming back for the bottom of the sixth right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mainland Regional High School, where today Mainland Regional is hosting the Millville Thunderbolts in a really good baseball game here this afternoon. Somewhat of a pitcher's duel. Nick Bonadonna has settled down for the Millville Thunderbolts after giving up 3 in the first to Mainland, and that lead still stands at 3-0 for Mainland. Chase Petty has been everything he's cracked up to be, and after those 3 runs given up in the first, Nick Bonadonna has certainly proven himself well on the mound. We're now going to the bottom of the 6th inning, and leading off for the Mainland Mustangs in the bottom of the 6th is third baseman Sam Wood. And I believe on the mound right now for Millville is Blake Ramos. I believe we have a 1-1 count to Sam Wood, and that is number 1 on the mound for Millville, and that is Blake Ramos. Sam Wood steps back in with a 1-1 count. Hits a shot to right center field. Is it in the gap or is it playable? And the right fielder makes a really good play. And that was Nick Bonadonna. I was wondering where Nick Bonadonna went. I thought he might have been at third, but no, he went out to play right field, and he makes a really good play out there for the first out of the inning for the Mustangs. In F9, it goes down in the book for Sam Wood, and that's the first out, bringing to the plate shortstop for Mainland, Luke Sharp. 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Little 12-6 curveball. I guess the umpire called it a bit high for ball 1. Ramos working quickly, comes back home and throws strike 1. 1-1 count right now to Luke Sharp. Again, we're in the bottom of the 6th here in Linwood, New Jersey at Mainland Regional High School. Sharp swings through an off-speed pitch that's inside, but he swings through it for strike 2. The count is now 1-2 to the Mainland shortstop. Again, off-speed pitch, but that one's called outside, making the count 2-2. The count now goes full with 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Ramos comes home with a full count, and Sharp fouls one straight back into the screen. Count remains full. Luke Sharp's 3rd time up. He had an RBI walk in the first inning, which was the 3rd run of the inning for Mainland. He then got on base on an error by the first baseman. An error by the pitcher, Bonadonna, and just walked again. So he's back on first base with a walk right now. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th, bringing up Alex Agigian, first baseman for the Mustangs. Ramos from the stretch. Checks Sharp over at first. Steps off. And now resets. Ramos comes home, pitches high and outside for ball 1 to Agigian. Sharp takes his lead, does not go, and Agigian fouls one back into the screen, making the count now 1-1. Mainland first baseman Alex Agigian at the plate. Luke Sharp on first, takes his lead. Blake Ramos on the mound for Millville. He comes home, and Agigian fouls one back into the screen. The count's now 1-2. Ramos checks sharp at first, comes set, comes home, and Agigian swings through a pitch, and that goes down as a strikeout of Alex Agigian for Blake Ramos. Second out of the inning for the Mustangs. Bringing to the plate for Mainland, the left fielder, number 13, Joe Sheeran. Again, 2 down here with Luke Sharp of Mainland on first. Blake Ramos on the mound for Millville. Comes home, and it's a fly ball to left field. Left fielder goes back. He can't make the play. It's one hop off the wall. Sharp's rounding second. He gets the third standing. And Sheeran is in with a double. One hop off the left field fence over the head of Robbins. And Mainland now has runners on second and third. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, going back to the top of the order to center fielder Mark Elliott. Mainland trying to see if they can put a couple more insurance runs on the board here for Chase Petty. Ramos comes home, and Elliott fouls one back into the screen. Again, 2 outs here now in the bottom of the 6th. Mainland with runners on second and third. The JV game behind us is just completed. Ramos comes home, and I believe that was a ball outside, making the count now to Elliott 1-1. Really well hit ball by Sheeran in that last at bat. Elliott swings through that pitch from Ramos, making the count now 1-2. Again, one hopped it off the left field fence. Robbins really had no shot. He did a nice job in fielding it cleanly and getting it back into the infield, keeping Sharp at third, not allowing an extra run scored. So a good job by Robbins and left on that double by Sheeran. And that's strike 3 to Mark Elliott on an off-speed pitch that paints the outside black. So that's the 3rd out of the bottom of the 6th. Millville's got one more shot here in the top of the 7th to either creep into that 3-0 lead of Mainland, and we'll be right back with the top of the 7th right after this. Welcome back to Mainland Regional High School, everybody, and what a performance has been put on today by the Mainland Mustangs, and particularly their star pitcher living up to the billing today is Chase Petty. Millville's going to come to bat trailing 3-0 in the top of the 7th, but to say that Chase Petty has put on a show here today would be an understatement. 18 outs so far in the 6 innings, 15 of them are strikeouts by Petty. The top of the 7th will begin with Blake Ramos, who started out the game at second base and took the hill for the last inning for the Thunderbolts. Ball 1 to Ramos, low. Ball 2 to Ramos, again low. So Ramos now has a 2-0 count. I apologize. I believe the first one was a strike, so I apologize for that. It's a 1-1 count to Ramos. Strike 2 called to Ramos, and the count's now 1-2. Umpire calls that pitch, that fastball from Petty, a little bit low, making the count now 2-2. To the two-hitter for the Thunderbolts, Blake Ramos. Petty comes home with an off-speed pitch that ends up in the dirt, and Ramos has no choice but to swing through it for the first out of the 7th inning for the Thunderbolts, and that is the 16th strikeout for Chase Petty, with about 50 scouts sitting right behind home plate today, thus moving our telecast and our telecast to center field today, making it a little bit difficult, so hope you don't mind an error here or two by us out here in center field. But it's good to see all those scouts back there, and it's good to see Chase Petty putting on a show for them today. Ball one, however, to three-hole hitter Logan Musey for the Thunderbolts. And now ball two. So it's a 2-0 count to Musey. Musey did walk and is the only runner of the game on a walk in the 4th inning, his last at bat for the Thunderbolts. He, again, has a 2-0 count right now. And an off-speed pitch by Petty gets Musey swinging through it. The count's now 2-1. Pitch inside and low to Musey. The count's now 3-1. Fastball down the heart of the plate, and that's the called third strike. Called third strike, so another strikeout for Petty, and he just has them mounting right now with his 17th strikeout, and that's 8 strikeouts in a row. The last 8 outs for the Millville Thunderbolts have been strikeouts by Petty. Pitch low and in the dirt, ball one. Petty's pitch count, I believe, just in the low 80s at this point. That number's not even dramatically up there. Nick Bonadonna up the bat. 1-1 count as he fouls a pitch back to the screen. Campbell comes out to talk to Petty. Now makes his way back behind the dish. Petty comes home and throws strike 2 to Bonadonna. Petty looked like he tried to put a little extra on that fastball. He wanted to end it right there, but throws it low into the dirt, and the count's now 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Petty comes home. Bonadonna swings and misses. Ball hits the dirt. Campbell makes the play and throws the first, and that's the out. 18 strikeout game for Chase Petty. Mainland wins this one, folks, 3-0. We're going to come back right after these messages for a game recap, your player of the game. We'll see you right after these messages. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching BFA Sports today from Mainland Regional High School, where today the Mainland Mustangs hosted the Millville Thunderbolts. Mainland prevails in this one with a 3-0 victory here in Linwood, New Jersey. And I'll tell you what, Mainland scored all 3 of their runs today in the first inning. A 2-run home run by pitcher Chase Petty, and then a bases-loaded walk by Luke Sharp. And Mainland put up 3 in the first. Nick Bonadonna, the pitcher for Millville, settled down and threw a really good game after that, along with Blake Ramos in the 7th. But unfortunately for the Thunderbolts of Millville, the story of today was Mainland pitcher Chase Petty. With 50-some-odd scouts here sitting behind home plate, wall-to-wall people up and down the first and third base line, he put on a show for each and every one of us today, only allowing 1 walk to Logan Musey in the 4th inning, and that was Millville's only base runner. Not only that, Chase Petty had 18 Ks out of the 21 outs here today against the Thunderbolts of Millville, including the last 10 of the game. He struck out the side in the 5th, 6th, 7th, and got the last out of the 4th on a strikeout. So it's easily said and done today that living up to his billing, our player of the game, the BFA Sports player of the game today, was Chase Petty with no doubt 18 strikeouts the last 10 of the game and a 2-run homer. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to the Mainland Mustangs, who now go 5-0 and sit as the 13th ranked baseball team in the state of New Jersey. It was great to be here today at Mainland Regional High School. With our producer Ryan and our cameraman Charles, my name's Steve Westcott. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for tuning in to BFA Sports. We hope to see you again. Take care, all.